Okay, los pronombres sujetos y los complementos directos. Okay, los pronombres sujetos. This part we should already know from Spanish 1, okay? And everything is from Spanish 1, but we're just trying to get it so that in Spanish 3 you are masters of it, okay? So again, some of you still have some problems with your subject pronouns. So again, this might sound very basic. We've got yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, and ellos, ellas, ustedes. Remember, when we're looking at that, for example, a lot of people were looking at the quiz and, you know, trying to find the subject, and we're getting confused by nuestro and nos, etc. If it's not one of these, then it's not the subject, okay? So if you have nuestro isn't in this box, correct? So it can't be the subject. Nos is not in this box, so it cannot be the subject, okay? So don't get confused by the other things that might be going on in the sentence, okay? Stick to what you have with yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, and ellos, ellas, ustedes as your subjects. Okay? So just as a reminder on those, okay? We'll be using these as we go throughout this week and next week. Our main focus, though, is going to be on los complementos. This should be an E here. Complementos directos. So our direct object pronouns. With our direct object pronouns, we have me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, and las. Okay. Now, how do we find our direct object? To find our direct object, you want to take your subject plus the verb and ask who or what. The answer is going to give you the direct object every single time. I gave what? The book. That's my direct object. So again, even though we had him in here, we don't care about that right now. I gave what? The book. The book is our direct object. Okay? Where do our direct objects go? Okay. We've got two situations where they will go. When there's one verb and when there's two verbs. When there's one verb, it's going to go before the verb. I want an ice cream. want what? An ice cream. This is my direct object. There's one verb. So ice cream is un helado. So I would use lo. So I have yo lo quiero. Now, verb phrases, when there's two verbs, or the present participle, okay? So when we have two verbs here, it's either going to go A before the first verb, or B attached to the second. So if I have I'm going to want an ice cream. Now I have a verb phrase. I'm going to want what? An ice cream. This is still my direct object. I'm still going to use lo. I've got two verbs, so I can say lo voy a querer, or be, voy a quererlo. No accent. I always say you have to be familiar with both of them. You have to know the rules for both of them. But when you're writing them, pick one that you like the best. I like to attach. That's just me. So I'm always going to attach it onto something. Okay? But I do know that in writing or whatever, I would have to know how to read that sentence even if it came up there. But stick which way, so if there's a translation on the test, stick with one way that you like, that you can guarantee that you know how to do that way all the time. Okay? Now, we do have, and I guess I should have made the paper a little bit better and put it up here. We do have with our present progressives. Okay? Those are two verbs. And that's with our estar plus our ando and iendo. Since they're two verbs, they fall into the category of the be attached to the second verb. So if I'm going to say, I am buying an ice cream. Can you tell I have ice cream on the brain right now? I want cookies and cream. All right, so we ran out at home, so I want an ice cream. I'm buying an ice cream. So again, I'm buying what? An ice cream, and that is my direct object. It's going to be lo. So I can place it in front and say, lo estoy comprando. Wish this would go in focus. Come on. There we go. Or B, what I like is estoy comprándolo. And I add it on the end. Now, when I have my present progressive, I must put an accent on my A of ando or the E of yendo. It doesn't matter how many words I attach onto the end. It's always going to be on the A of ando or the E of yendo. Okay. Preguntas. Sí. Mm-hmm.
When you at the top, you said like what and who. What do you do?
When the direct object is a person, I know you. I know who? You. You is the direct object. Okay? So that's when we do, when I was talking about in the beginning with saber versus conocer, when that's why I would, if you're going to say like, I know Leo, I would have to say, conozco a Leo, because you are a person and you're the direct object. So I'd put that personal a. Now, if I wanted to say, I know you, I would just say, te conozco. All right. On the back. If there are two verbs, I want you to write it both ways to practice. Okay? Both ways. So you're going to look at this. You're going to identify what the direct object is. So we have, voy a comprar unos pantalones nuevos hoy. I'm going to buy what? Unos pantalones nuevos. All this is my direct object. And I'm going to include the article there. So it is plural masculine, so I'm going to replace it with los. Now you need to rewrite it, since there's two verbs, both ways. So all of these are kind of a combination of one verb, two verbs, etc. So get with your partners and do these 10 translations. Vámonos.